Let's talk about love, Libras. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. So this is your 12 till 18 general reading for the sign of Libra. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. Also, obviously, because you're looking at love, we also want to look at your Venus, and if there's any sort of communication issues at the moment, you also want to look at your Mercury. So if you don't know what those things are, there's a link down below in the description where you can get like a free natal chart, and it also explains to you where all your different parts are, which really helps quite a lot when we have that understanding. It's just underneath my PayPal link. Okay, so 12 till 18 October general reading for the sign of Libra. Take what resonates. Readings are timeless, even though this focus is 12 till 18 October. You're seeing it at the right time for you. They're not gender specific. And of course, if you want to have a personal reading, you can book that with me as well. Okay, I've got quite limited space at the moment, but you can contact me. My email address is down below, and we can have a look for you. Okay. For those of you that always join me every week, thank you so much. Thank you for coming back. And if it's your first time here, I'd like to welcome you to the channel. My name is Adrian. I'm an intuitive healer. I practice holistic wellness. I also do spiritual regression hypnosis. And that's who I am. All right. All my beautiful, funky thumbnails and my social media management is done by my friend's beautiful brand. It's called AC Digital Marketing Solutions. There is a link down below in the description. You can click on it and you can contact her directly if you want to have things that are snazzy as mine. Okay, so first card went right out flying. I'm going to do a very detailed reading for you. I'm going to start with, I'm just going to draw a message from the universe, and I'm going to draw your tarot cards, and I'm going to end off with 1, 2, 3, 4 different oracle cards for you. I want to give you a nice detailed reading. Okay. So first card that came right out, it says, I go where you go. This is direct message for you from the universe. I go where you go. And at the back, I just always like to show it to you, so if you want to freeze the screen, you can do that. It says, tell me, are you finding that the occasional stranger has a crush on you? That for words you've almost mindlessly chosen, hearts broken too long begin to heal. It's a sort of Libra magic that you have, because, you know, Libras, they just love, you know, you all just love to sort of be there for everyone. You know, you just want the whole world to be happy and for everybody to live their full potential and their capacity, which is wonderful. But sometimes you forget about yourself. You just want to be careful about that. All right. Their eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye. Remarkable, our findings. Psst, your divinity is showing the universe. Okay. Your beautiful divinity is showing. Then I'm going to draw you some cards from the Angel Tarot cards. We're going to look at your recent past. Oh, what sort of brought you to where you currently are. These cards are just coming out. What brought you to where you currently are. Normally we call that the recent past. Where you currently are, what's coming towards you. I like what's coming towards you, by the way. And then we're going to clarify. Okay. I told you I want to give you a nice detailed reading. Okay. Exciting stuff here. So it seems like there may have been a very heavy period going on for many of you. Where you currently are, things are sort of evening out until you go into that next phase again, which might be quite a powerful phase as well. But it's most certainly a lot more, you know, it feels a lot kinder than the period that many of you may have actually gone to initially. Okay. So overall energy, we've got the 8 of water, which is the 8 of cups, which is really fantastic, because it is about, you know, it's about powerful rebalancing. It is about merging away from that which didn't serve you positively before and is now beginning to serve you positively. Also, it's one of those stages where, you know, you may have felt, even have known that you might be in a space that is not really serving you best, and, you know, for some reason you just kind of stay there, kind of got stuck there, so there's a lot of sort of spiritual and emotional and even, you know, like personal in your life type of growth taking place, because it is kind of going from a phase that may have been good enough at one stage for you, but now you're going towards more. Okay, you're going to so much more. In your recent past, we've got the Page of Air, which is the Page of Swords. We've got the High Priestess, and you've got the Chariot. All right, which is actually quite a powerful card and very synonymous really to Libra. Where you currently are, there's the Four of Fire, which is the Four of Wands. There is the Two of Fire, which is the Two of Wands. A lot of emotions, as I said, at the moment sort of evening out for you. And then you've got the Queen of Fire, which is also really, really cool. There's a definite balance that's taking place over here, okay? And then going forward or coming towards you, really, the energy going towards you where this pattern is taking you is the Seven of Water, which is the Seven of Cups. Then you've got the World, which really made me smile. You've got number 13, Release, which is normally called the Death card. So when I look at this, especially with this overall energy, this sort of merging away, walking away, moving away from what doesn't serve you in a positive way any longer. You know, in the past there might have been some sort of challenging information that came towards you. You may have, you know, I feel that there might have been a period where you really saw the truth for what it is. You maybe saw someone for, you know, for who they are. And it wasn't really the easiest thing in the world. You know, it was actually quite challenging to have to go through that particular experience. Because, you know, especially with you really want to see the best in people. You really want, especially when you see the potential of who they are, of what they can become. You know, you really want to do your best to be there for them all the time. And sometimes we get to a point where we realize, and it's you know, it's not always the nicest point to get, but where you realize that it's going to be better for me to leave the situation alone. I have to move away from the situation. And so that's what you had to do. Now, some of you had to cut some very difficult ties. I feel that some of you may have even sort of cut yourself off from maybe the very well-meaning sort of friends and family, you know, that may have checked in with you and said to you like, hey, what's going on? You know, what's going on over there? You need some help. You need some assistance, you know. That you know, that maybe, I feel for some of you it was very, very hard to let go. It was very, very difficult to let go. And even though some people may have meant it really, really well to say to you, you know, this is the best thing to do, you have to choose yourself, you didn't really, it's almost like you didn't feel like you had the strength to hear that, even if you knew that it was very, very well meant, okay? So some of you may have cut some ties, which you now kind of start to like reattach again, all right? I do feel there's a lot of understanding and there's a lot of support that goes along with that. And but then there was this moving forward that started to take place. A lot of you really had to focus a lot on yourself. There was a lot of introspection that needed to be done. Some of you realized that you were spending so much time on other people and their happiness that you very much neglected yourself, and you realized that that really wasn't the best thing to do anymore, and so you kind of stopped that, which is good. Okay, so where you are at the moment, there's a lot of clarity. I see marriage where you are. I see powerful connections where you are. I see a sort of a magic coming towards you, especially for those of you that gave up hope. I see a lot of positive potential coming towards you. And when I say positive potential, I mean somebody who you can really be with, a solid partner, you know, sort of a yin-yang balance for you as well. You know, when you sometimes go kind of get a little bit ahead of yourself, I feel especially with things like charitable causes and things like that, you can sometimes get so passionate about helping others that you really lose yourself in the process. And I feel that where you are right now, the energy where you are right now, you're in such a space that you can sort of attract or take things to that next level. that is just amazing, especially for, I feel, especially for those of you that may have been with the same partner for a long time, especially if you've been married to the same partner for a long time. I really feel that, you know, it's sort of like you're getting to the space where you realize that it's time to stop running and to just sort of live your life, to just be with your partner, to just have that sort of beautiful sense of happiness and joy. And that is actually quite, you know, incredibly working out at the moment. So that's actually very, very nice. There's a lot of content where you are right now. It's sort of like you're realizing that it's time to settle down. It's time to stop running. Because some of you have been running inside a connection, and some of you have, you know, been keeping yourself so busy that you were saying that you're looking for love, but you could never actually find it because you were so busy. And the universe was like, you don't have time for love. You're saying that you've got time, but you don't have time for love. You don't have time for yourself. All right. And I feel that, you know, and it may sound a little bit cruel, but some of you were carrying so many other people for such a long period of time that really had to stop. And I feel where you are right now, there's such a focus on what it is that you'd actually like to have in life, in love, that, you know, there's a definite movement towards it because you're becoming clear and it's beginning to flow through for you. It's definitely beginning to flow through for you. And relationship go to that next level. You know, maybe you've been friend zoned there for a while, and maybe you've been friend zoned because the person that friend zoned you realized that you are so busy. They wanted the full package of love. You know, they didn't want to be just another one of your projects. They didn't just want to be saved by you. You know, they didn't want to have some of your time. They were happy for you to do everything that you were doing, but they wanted to be your number one. And I feel for many of you, you were not really able to give that to somebody else for the longest period of time. And one of the main reasons why you were not able to give that to somebody else is because from the best of intentions, really, some of that weren't actually able to give that to yourself. Okay. And that has definitely changed. So there were some really rude awakenings that took place here in the past, some very deep disappointments. But it's also, some of you have been a little bit, it's almost like you were wearing sort of like the blinkers because you didn't want to see. And life sort of gave you that wake-up call. Okay. And as you're going forward, there's reasons to shine that's coming up here. Maybe, you know, it's kind of like getting to a point, I feel that not necessarily for all of you, but for some of you, you sort of have to make up your mind. Are you going to stay here or are you going to go there? Are you going to take that step? Are you going to be with this person, you know, or not? Are you going to finally let them go? Are you finally going to release yourself? There's a lot of decisions here that needs to be made at the moment. Some of you are realizing that you can't actually have it all. It's like your hand, it's like playing sort of like poker, and your hand is so full that you know that you just sort of have to release some. And for some of you, you're really going like, for crying out loud, you know, I've released so much, you know, I feel that I've done so much healing. What's more that I need to do? But it's this literally that final step. This is that last step, you know, that takes you into the space of this world, this new world. There's a lot of, as I'm saying, a lot of shaping and a lot of healing and molding that has taken place for you. And you really at this, it's like you literally it's like you're literally sort of like on the threshold. You're about to take that next step. Okay, so for those of you that are really feeling, my goodness, how much more am I supposed to be able to take? You're literally on that step where you're taking that next step, and it's a glorious, beautiful new step where everything just becomes supercharged beautiful. Okay, and leaving that sort of past behind, leaving that past behind. Let's clarify. Beautiful new world that you are heading there. Oh, okay, so that one went straight over there. So we went straight to the actual where you currently are. So we're not going to look at the past apparently, which is we're focusing forward. So you got the Two of Cups and you got the Four of Pentacles. It just went straight out there to the Four of Fire, which is the Four of Wands. So there's a definite coming together here, you know. There's a balance taking place here with resources, with money. Maybe somebody was holding out on somebody else. Maybe somebody was waiting for some money, waiting for some challenges to pass. But there's a definite release of that. There's a definite release of, you know, some of you may feel maybe not good enough, anything like that. There's a definite release of that. There's a new start here. There's a new beginning, not just in the stability of love, but also in the stability of finance. Okay. So for those of you that have been concerned about finance, been worried about money, that is actually that energy of that love that comes together, those sort of hiccups that finally get resolved, it actually resolved all the other things, or resolves all the other things for you as well. Okay, let's actually look at your overall energy here. There's 8 of water. There is a definite movement here away from, you know, from sort of like moving away from surviving to thriving. Okay. No more scraps, no more crumbs. Alright, so you got the 10 of Swords and you got the 7 of Pentacles, which is clarifying your overall energy for you. And yeah, so there is a definite release taking place here. It could be kind of painful. The stepping away, but it's growing the sort of bigger dream. You know, there's a realization that wherever you may be, whoever you may have been trying to save, that is not really your job to save them. You know, that you're kind of in the spirit where you're giving yourself the kind of love that you need, because some of you haven't been doing it for the longest time. Let's look at the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups in your current energy. Oh my goodness. So you've got the King of Pentacles and you've got the 8 of Swords. So some of you are actually, you know, you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by things just kind of working out seemingly on their own. You know, it's not like you're looking for problems. It's just it's a little bit of an issue with trust that's taking place over here. What's falling? Let's see what's falling. Impatience, the Hangman in reverse. So you're also encouraged to look back and to see, you know, the times. This is such an encouragement of the times when you didn't know what to do, that the source of all creation, the light that's always there to support us, has been there for you, and you are encouraged not to forget that. Okay, let's look at this 7 of Cups, the 7 of Water. I'm going to draw one card for each of the energies that are coming towards you. So we're going to start with the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Water, and the top card that comes out there for you is the 6 of Cups. Take things, remember to keep things simple. Okay, remember to keep them simple. Remember, try your best to not overthink things. Remember that everything in life is a relationship. That even the life that you have on this planet Earth itself is a relationship between yourself and the universe. It's a relationship that you have with yourself. And there's a great reminder here for you. There are some difficulties that are coming up. I'm not going to lie to you about that. There might be some disappointments that are coming up. Not so much in the love circle, but more sort of like the other parties involved. You know, other people where they'll probably say like, you know, this person isn't good for you. You deserve better than this. You shouldn't go with this. You know, so there's a little bit of that coming about. And there's a strong reminder to remember to be nurturing, and to remember sometimes when people do say things like that, that they may actually have your best interest at heart. All right, that sometimes when people are being a little bit what we consider to be nasty, that they might actually just have your best interest at heart. Okay, but they don't see where it is that this connection is heading, the world here, because there's a beautiful, beautiful connection over here, and you are very strongly encouraged to not try and run things ahead here. Okay, don't try and run things ahead, because there is a beautiful connection that's happening here. The world, the King of Wands, you've got this. Okay, the the person that you want to go for, the person that you want to go for in love, the connection that you want to go for in love, you are going towards each other. There is a bit of a blockage at the moment still, and there might be some more blockages that are coming up as you're going forward. Some things that you didn't expect, maybe some things that you weren't speaking about within your own capacity, because the roles can be reversed. But it's sort of, instead of these are sometimes the things that will break a relationship, but in your particular case, it actually makes it stronger. Okay. And together, I feel that there's quite a release here of the past here with the Death card, and moving forward. And 2 cards came out for you, and they both fell to the floor. I've got the Star and the 9 of Wands. So remember, when these difficulties come up as you move forward, remember that you can call upon your universal family. Remember that you are not alone. Remember there's a lot of universal support that's always available. Call upon your guides, call upon your angels, you know. This is a beautiful period of growth that is going forward here. I feel that for either yourself or the other person, it could be from both your sides, but there is almost a sense of not 100% always trusting. And I didn't see this card. This is a new beginning. This can go in a very positive direction. So when the difficulties come up, know that there's a possibility. Know that it's a new beginning, and know that the healing that you are taking place together can really lead to something absolutely amazingly beautiful. And don't withhold anything. There's a very strong message coming through here that going forward, it might feel that, like, you know, you may feel that you may need to withhold some information, or the other person, you know, may reveal certain things to you, and you want to be very mindful to stay in that space of non-judgment, so they can reveal everything for you, so you can move past it. Okay, let's get you some oracle cards. And if it resonates with you, you're more than welcome to like the video. You're more likely to comment, and share, and subscribe. If you do subscribe, remember to hit that all button. And crystal energy coming up for you, crystal oracle card is Shutakat, teacher. Okay, so there's a lot of lessons that you are learning, that I feel you are learning with this person together going forward. And this is not only lessons for them, this is also lessons for you. It doesn't only strengthen, or doesn't only have the potential to actually strengthen your bond, but it actually has the potential to strengthen you as an individual as well. And especially for those of you that are not seeing anybody at the moment, somebody might actually step forward quite suddenly into your experience of life. And it might be the kind of person that in your wildest dreams you would never actually, you know, they wouldn't be the sort of person that you would go for, but you are strongly encouraged to trust that connection. Okay, let's see what we've got for you from Angel Prayers. And look at what it says. Speak your truth with Archangel Gabriel, which is that intuition. Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. Okay. Now, of course, we always come to a reading with some sort of question that we want to have, especially when it's love. So I want to encourage you to open your heart, to open your mind, to open your soul, to receive the message that's going to serve you best. And we're going to see for you what the angels have to say for you. What do we have from Angel Answers for our Libras, please? For the 12 to 18 general reading, for the sign of Libra. I love this reading. There's a lot of potential to learn here, okay? They say yes. They say yes. All right. Definite yes there from the hands of the angels. And then we're just ending off with an enchanted map card for you. Remember that I also do personal readings if you might be interested. And what is this? Why did this sit here? Talisman, embrace your magic. Lots of magic coming through for you right now. You're really shining up right now. Okay, so you might get that you just get proposals of love you didn't even expect. And sacred pool. Okay, a lot of magic that's available to you. Reminder that the magic that you seek is already within you. Okay. So, thank you so much for your time. Honor, love, and respect you. And I'll see you next time.